Dolphin Blue's kinda got everything that I want in a game really. It's got the ocean breeze, the sunny skies, the bullets flying everywhere. And just from these first few clips, you probably already get the idea that what we got in our hands is very much a Metal Slug type deal. Or I guess also Gunstar Heroes or Gunner's Heaven, any of those 2D shooters with tons of personality. But there's also enough going on here to set Dolphin Blue apart and give it a unique flavour of its very own, and a whole bunch of sauce. And it is that flavour and that sauce that makes this game so goddamn irresistible to me. Developed and published by Sammy originally for the Atomiswave arcade machine, this has now been playable on the Dreamcast for a few years now thanks to the efforts of Megavolt85. And a massive thank you to Megavolt for making this awesome port. So what's going on here then? Where are we? Who are we? What's happened? And why are we blowing everything to hell? Well, we're here, in a world covered by endless water. And the princess of the good guy kingdom has been kidnapped by the bad guy kingdom, so we got this scrappy rebel militia who are hopelessly under-equipped, taking on the big evil empire with their tanks and their mechs and various other war machines. Skies of Arcadia, Valkyria Chronicle type beats. Being an arcade game, this one doesn't really worry too much about lore outside of the attract mode, and instead it just throws us straight into a raging battle and lets the action build the world for us, environmental storytelling and all that. The first time I fired the game up, it immediately struck me just how lovely the pixel art is, looking SNK as all heck, and so it might not surprise you to know that we do have some SNK alumni in the credits here, including Yuichi Uchide, who worked on the art for Garou Mark of the Wolves and Real Bout Fatal Fury 2. As a result, all of our characters look very well realised and lush, and the protagonists both look suitably badass. The sheer depth of the animation for all of the characters is sublime, even just seeing the light flashing on their faces when they fire the guns. I didn't need that level of detail, Sammy, but I'm sure glad you put it in there. All the characters have a vibrant, cartoony look to them, but these guys are a little bit more realistic than those chonky Metal Slug dudes, at least in their proportions. And I think that helps to strike a semi-serious tone. You do actually see these Imperial soldiers as a threat rather than just a bunch of hapless goofballs. And there's never a dull screen in this game either. You constantly feel like you're in the middle of a moving story, whether it's because you're seeing injured comrades having their wounds treated in the foreground here, or seeing the princess being marched around by these fucking pricks. Wherever you look on the screen, there is generally something going on to add to the world and plot. The polygonal elements look really good too, very Dreamcasty, which makes sense due to the Atomiswave hardware. And the game is constantly giving us that 6th gen water look and bringing big summer holiday vibes to go along with all the super hype shooting. And I could bang on all day about how much I love seeing the bright blues of the ocean contrasted with the wrought iron of the enemy ships and the greystone of the bases, but eventually we're going to need to talk about what this game is actually like to play. In a word, hard. In 3 words, hard as fuck. It has that classic arcade pacing where the level of challenge ramps up to an insane degree after you get past the first stage or so. But it's also carefree addictive fun, and since you are presumably not playing it in an arcade, we got unlimited credits to work with. Each stage is broken up into 3 or so sections with a boss at the end. We got Robotnik, Bayonetta, one of the JoJo's. Interestingly, each stage is comprised of multiple modes, generally switching up between sections. We got the Metal Slug, Contra, scoot and shoot bits, but then we also hop on our dolphin sometimes and do chase scenes with a scrolling screen, and then sometimes we go swimming underwater, and then those parts control a little bit like a horizontal shmup. There is a lot of bang for your buck in this one. So we start off the game on the big boat like I mentioned. I presume this is our boat and we've been attacked, and then we blaze a trail of destruction across the ocean searching for the princess. That means we're heading through flooded villages, scuttling enemy submarines, and finally infiltrating the enemy headquarters and fucking it all up. So that does afford us a decent variety of backdrops to work with, albeit they are uniformly military and industrial, but hey, that fits with the vibe. Likewise, the soundtrack is full of up-tempo military drums with heroic sounding synth arrangements and some occasional prog rock Moog organ leads. It's not exactly the deepest or most ambitious OST I've ever heard, but it all gels nicely with the on-screen action, and I do occasionally catch myself humming a few bars of the stage clear tune now and again, so not totally forgettable either. But we are not here to jam out, we are here to start blasting, and we got a good arsenal of weapons to do just that. We got everything from souped up Gatling guns to firework launchers to your trusty knife to shank them when they get in close, and your Dolphin even gets in on the fun and will slam into enemies when summoned in swimming or sailing sections. All of this, coupled with its sub 1 hour playtime, gives it a lot of replay value. I've played through it maybe 10 times, and I'll definitely fire it up now and again to try and beat my scores and generally just enjoy the adventure. If you like to be charmed by the vibe and style of a game, I think you'll get a lot out of this one. And I've said this plenty of times, but there are so many cool little games like this hidden away on the Atomis Wave, the Naomi 1 and 2, and various other Dreamcast adjacent arcade systems. So we'll definitely be back into the arcades for more of this kind of stuff at some point. But for now, my friends, I think that's going to wrap it up on Dolphin Blue. It's a cool little run and gun that won't change your life, but just might charm the pants off you, so if that's not worth giving a shot, I don't know what is. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do all the algorithm friendly stuff to let me know. You could even jump on Ko-Fi and buy me a Hassie if you're feeling super generous. Until next time folks, peace.